Hey scholars, Mr. Holzer here with your first online music lesson. Today we're going to explore a browser-based instrument. It's called Aquardion, and we can access it really easily in any web browser and play with only our computer keyboard. Let's check it out. The first thing we're going to do is open any web browser. Today I'll use Google Chrome. We're going to type in bit.ly/af remote music. Now on this website, we'll find lots of different resources for exploring music on our computers. Today we're going to focus on Aquardion, so let's go to the Apps tab. On this page, we'll see a bunch of different apps that'll help us make music on our computer. Scroll down until you see Aquardion on the left side. Now there are two versions of this website. There's one where we play along with YouTube videos, and there's one that when we play, it will show us written music for what we're playing. Today, let's focus on the YouTube version. Click the first link. Right away, we're going to see a computer keyboard spelled out on the bottom. But the notes aren't normal. If you hit Note caps off, we'll see the normal keyboard letters. We definitely want to leave it on because what's happening is it's putting music notes all over your computer keyboard so that you can play this rock organ instrument. Check it out. Now, if you don't like the organ sound, you can just click on the drop-down arrow and scroll through until you find one that you do like. Tons of sounds to choose from. For right now, I'm just going to pick Lead 1 Square. This is a synthesizer sound. I think it sounds pretty good. You could choose to just play around with those different sounds and see if you can come up with your own music. You could play one key at a time, two keys at a time, three keys at a time. Right away, we're making music. Let's take a look at some of the other controls on Aquardion that we can change besides the sound. If we look over here where my mouse is at Scale Type and Scale, we can also control which notes show up on the keyboard. Before we were on minor pentatonic. I'm going to go ahead and pick a different scale. Let's try melodic minor and see what that sounds like. I now have 7 different notes that I can choose from, and it'll sound different. If I choose a different scale like Dorian, it'll sound different. 7 different notes. Some of them are the same, actually. If I change it to a different type of scale, it'll sound even more different. Now, it's not super important that we know what all of these different scale types and scales mean, but what is important is that it matches up with the song that we're trying to play along with, if that's what our goal is. Otherwise, feel free to just explore and try to create some music on your own. The last control that we can change on Aquardion is the root. The root tells me what note will be this lowest note on the keyboard, which is actually the keyboard letter Z. Now that's actually in the middle of how high or low notes could be. If I click the drop-down menu and go to a lower arrow, well here now the lowest note is a D, and if I click the note Z, it's a pretty low note. Now I could play bass lines with this if I wanted to. If I pick D3, the number just telling me how high or low it is, it'll be a little bit higher. which means that my entire keyboard goes way higher. If I click the number keys, I'll see the highest notes I can play now. Here's where it was when we started. Now, to me, that sounds a little too high. Let's leave it on D3. I think that sounds better to me. Whatever sounds best to you is going to be what will work for your music. Now we know how to work Aquardion a little bit better and change it to fit our needs. Let's take a look at what else we can do by playing along with a YouTube video. If we click Select a Preset at the top of the page, we're going to see different YouTube videos that are already loaded into Aquardion. This means that the preset will change the scale for you to match the song. As I scroll down, I see Drake's Hotline Bling. I think that'd be a pretty cool song to play along with, so let's click on it. Right away, we're going to see the scale is D natural minor. It changed the sound for me too to one that it thinks might fit. Let's see what that sounds like. I think that sound is all right, so I'll leave it for now. My root is D4. I liked D3 better last time, so let's go to that. And it's all up to you. Now, if I play the video, I'm going to click to play, which means that I'm going to start playing along. I have the video paused right now so you can hear me speaking. And if I try to play along, I can do one of two things. First, I could just jam along with the song and create whatever type of music that I want. The second option is I could try to match the melody that Drake is singing. I can either match the words and the sounds that he's singing, or I could try to match the keyboard sounds in the background. This is a really easy way to learn songs by ear, meaning we're only using our ear to figure out what notes to play. Aquardion is really helpful because it really narrows down the notes that we could play into 7 different notes, or even just 5. That's it for us today. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial of Aquardion. Go ahead, try it yourself, see what type of music you can make with just your computer. I'll be back next time with some more interesting music that we can make from home.